Most people get this wrong when they try to start a company in Colombia. They think it is just paperwork, a quick registration, and they are ready to go. But the truth is very different. If you miss one legal step, your company can get stuck in tax limbo, banking delays, or even legal rejection. Here's the truth no one tells you. Colombia is actually one of the most entrepreneur-friendly countries in Latin America. But only if you follow the exact legal order. Skip steps, and things become slow. Follow them correctly, and you can be fully operational in a surprisingly short time. In this video, you will learn exactly how to start a company in Colombia, step by step in 2026, even if you are a foreigner with zero experience in Colombian law. We will cover company types, registration, taxes, banking, and the real-world system entrepreneurs actually use. And stay with me, because in a minute, I'll show you the simplest company structure in Colombia that most foreigners use to legally launch without complications. Let's begin. The first thing you need to understand is that in Colombia, starting a company is not a single action. It is a chain of legal registrations. Each step unlocks the next one. Think of it like a ladder. You cannot jump to the top. You must climb step by step. Now the first major decision is choosing your company type. In Colombia, the most common structure for small and medium businesses is called an SAS, which stands for Sociedad por Acciones Simplificada. This is the simplified stock company. And here's why it matters. The SAS is flexible, fast to register, and extremely popular with foreigners. For example, imagine Alex from India wants to start a digital consulting business in Bogota. He chooses an SAS because he can own 100% of the company, operate alone, and scale later without restructuring everything. But here's the problem many beginners face. They overthink company types. They try to analyze multiple structures and end up delaying the entire process. In reality, 90% of foreign entrepreneurs in Colombia use SAS because it is simple and efficient. Now let's move to the first official step. The first step is drafting your company bylaws, also called estatutos. This document defines your company's legal identity. It includes the company name, business activities, ownership structure, and management rules. Let's make this simple. Imagine John wants to open an online store in Medellin. His bylaws will clearly state what his company does, who owns it, and how decisions are made. Without this document, the company cannot legally exist. Now here is where it gets interesting. Colombia allows quite flexible drafting of bylaws under SAS rules. This is one of the reasons entrepreneurs like it. You can customize ownership and control easily. But here's where most people fail. They copy generic templates without adapting them to Colombian law. This leads to rejection or corrections later. So always ensure your bylaws are aligned with Colombian Commercial Code. Once your bylaws are ready, the next step is registration with the Chamber of Commerce, known as Cámara de Comercio. This is the official body that legally registers your company. You submit your bylaws, identification documents, and company details. Once approved, your company becomes legally recognized. Now here's the important part. In Colombia, your Chamber of Commerce registration is not just a formality. It is the foundation of your business existence. Without it, you cannot operate legally. For example, Sarah wants to launch a marketing agency in Colombia. She submits her SAS registration to the Chamber of Commerce. Once approved, her company is officially born in the legal system. Now here's where it gets interesting. After registration, your company is automatically linked to the tax system. This is where DIAN comes in. DIAN is the Colombian tax authority. And this step is absolutely critical. You must register for your NIT, which is your tax identification number. This is similar to a business tax ID in other countries. Without it, you cannot issue invoices or operate legally. Let me give you a real-world example. Alex registers his AS correctly with the Chamber of Commerce, but he delays DIAN registration. As a result, he cannot invoice clients for weeks. His business is legally created, but financially inactive. This is a very common mistake. Now let's move into the tax system itself, because this is where many foreigners feel overwhelmed. Colombia's tax system includes corporate tax, VAT depending on your activity, and monthly or annual reporting obligations. The exact structure depends on your business activity and income level. But here's the key insight. Colombia is not necessarily high tax for small businesses. The challenge is compliance, not the tax rate itself. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Many small companies in Colombia start under simplified tax regimes, which reduce administrative burden. But you still need proper accounting from day one. After tax registration, the next step is opening a business bank account. And this is where things become slightly more complex for foreigners. Colombian banks usually require your company registration, tax ID, and identification documents. Some banks may also require proof of address or local presence. For example, John opens an SAS and completes DIAN registration. But when he approaches the bank, he realizes the process requires additional documentation and verification. But do not worry. This is normal in Colombia. Banking systems are strict but manageable if your paperwork is complete. Now here is a smart strategy many foreign entrepreneurs use. They prepare all documents in advance before applying to banks. This reduces delay significantly. Now let's talk about hiring employees. If you plan to hire staff in Colombia, you must comply with labor regulations. Colombia has structured labor laws that include benefits, social security contributions, and formal contracts. For example, if Sarah hires a designer in Bogotá, she cannot pay them informally if they are full-time. She must register employment contracts and contribute to social security systems. Now here's the problem many startups face. They underestimate labor compliance. This leads to penalties or legal complications later. So always plan hiring carefully and understand employer obligations early. Now let's talk about timelines and costs. Starting an SAS in Colombia can be relatively fast compared to many countries. If documents are ready and correct, registration with the Chamber of Commerce can be completed in a short period. However, tax registration and banking can extend the overall timeline. Costs are generally moderate. You will have registration fees, notary costs in some cases, and possible legal or accounting support if you choose assistance. But here is the real insight. The biggest cost is not money. It is time lost due to mistakes. Now let's go over common mistakes that slow people down. The first mistake is choosing the wrong structure when SAS would be enough. The second mistake is delaying DIAN registration. The third mistake is not preparing banking documents early. And the fourth mistake is ignoring ongoing tax reporting requirements. Each of these can create delays or compliance issues. Now let's walk through a full real-world example. Imagine Alex from the US wants to open a SaaS startup in Colombia. First, he chooses SS as his company type. Then he drafts bylaws defining ownership and business activity. Next, he registers with the Chamber of Commerce. After approval, he receives legal recognition. Then he registers with DIAN to obtain his NIT. After that, he prepares banking documents and applies for a business account. While this is processing, he sets up accounting systems to stay compliant from day one. Within a short time, his company is fully operational and legally active. Now here's the final insight most beginners miss. Colombia is not difficult for business setup. It is procedural. If you follow the steps correctly, it is predictable. If you skip steps, it becomes confusing. So think of this process as building a system, not just registering a company. Let's summarize everything clearly. First, choose SAS as your company structure in most cases. Then, draft your bylaws. Next, register with the Chamber of Commerce. After that, register with DIAN for your tax number. Then open a business bank account. Finally, comply with tax and labor obligations as your business grows. If you follow this order, starting a company in Colombia becomes straightforward and efficient. And here's the big takeaway. Colombia rewards entrepreneurs who follow structure and compliance. Once you understand the system, it becomes one of the most practical places in Latin America to build a business. If you found this guide helpful, like the video, leave a comment with the next country you want covered, and subscribe for more clear, step-by-step global business guides that make international entrepreneurship simple.